Give me a thumbs up when we're good to go.
It's just you and me, Emma.
Hello.
I'm giving you an auditory thumbs up.
Oh, slow. Right. Let me just get me get me D&D ambiance. My D&D ambiance, guys.
My skin looks so splotchy on camera.
I don't know what's happening to me. Right. Peaceful travel.
Not all restaurants have it as our boom, now I can eat whatever I have. Translate what you see now in the Google.
We'll just learn a fucking language.
Who?
We're just gonna wait for 5 seconds, guys.
I am on.
To see my husband. Right. Peaceful travel ambiance for this peaceful morning. Aelin, or should I say, Astra. You roll over on the bed, feeling the soft sheets pull beneath you.
Why so sensual?
You snuggle a little bit into the pillow. It's nice, it's warm. Warm? It's too warm. You stretch and twist and turn a little bit. And when you look over, you realise that you are not alone in this bed. What do you do?
Is it Ulster?
No.
No, it's not Ulster. But you do see...
Is it Bluey?
An Ulster-sized lump in the bed.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Is it Bluey?
You...
Well, Bluey is not Ulster-sized.
It's not Bluey, no. You pull back the covers and you see a pile of what appear to be cabbages. Except, no. These cabbages have little faces.
So how many cabbages is Ulster worth?
17.
17 cabbages.
Roughly 17 cabbages.
That's quite big, actually.
Some of Claude's little ones who have come on in and nestled up next to you.
Aww.
And they go,
Astra's gonna like try not to wake them and like sneak out.
as you
Don't leave the cabbages alone the morning after. It's just cruel.
These are babies.
Yeah, they're just babies. Yeah,
Baby cabbages.
I was not entered into responsibility for these little cabbages, so I'm just gonna walk out.
You do that, and as you do, you hear like a slight shuffle and a slight flash of light as Bluey snores out, and with snoring so loud, wakes up. She goes, "Oh,
Good day, mate.
now if you're gonna leave, well, I can watch over those kiddos for you."
With my favourite morning show, Bluey, the Australian cattle dog.
By all means, if you feel like taking responsibility for them, I'm going to
Well, I
just.
don't know where Clove's gone, but I will have a look for her.
Someone turned clove into pasta.
No.
Well, it wasn't me.
Clove's a cute and sweet NPC and will not be eaten.
Num num num. Garlic girl.
Also resisting the urge to bite.
It's not only bites flesh people.
Indeed. Cass. You two have a similar awakening. Although, in so many ways different. The bed is just as soft, the pillow just as cushioned. Although, I do have to say, your joints are a little achier than you'd expect, and when you try and stretch and get into a better position, you do find you are still tied to the bedpost.
Oh, how far we've come.
It's true.
Can I sleight of hand to get out of the restraints?
How good is the...
Could I also have advantage because this is not her first time?
Yeah, of course you can.
I'm an expert in getting out of bondage.
I'm an expert in bondage, getting in and out of it. Okay, that was pretty good. That was a 17, and that was an 11. So I've taken the 17. So dirty 20.
Okay, well done. But there's 20, you just kind of slip your hands out of the ropes. The way only a master truly could. You look over and you see Vera is no longer in the bed.
Ouch.
Cass is kind of relieved.
But she has left a little card, which is completely blank, other than a lip kiss, pressed into it.
Right.
Interesting. What form was Vera in when we... I imagine they changed.
They did indeed change, yes.
Oh my god.
A lot. Cass had a fun night.
And you too exit your slumbering
Bisexual dream.
chamber.
Yeah. Bisexual queen.
Ulster.
Honk shoe, honk shoe. Me.
You wake feeling...
Who do I wake up with? A carrot?
You wake feeling a sense of relief. You can't quite place, so you believe it has something to do with the dream you must have had last night.
Uh-huh.
You go red in the cheeks. Thinking of all the salacious thoughts that flew through your mind as you had a sexy dream.
Oh my god, not a sexy dream.
I know. Oh, the dog. A little dog appears in the corner of the room and goes, ruff, ruff.
It's an omen.
It's an omen. And you feel a sort of slight giddiness. You kind of like snuggle in and fall into sleep a bit more. The sofa is surprisingly comfortable. Also, when you realise, again, it's heated, warm.
Mm-hmm.
You open one eye.
I'm like, it's on fire!
It's on fucking fire! No. You are lying, curled up against Loran's side, with a blanket that definitely wasn't there when you went to sleep, pulled up over to your neck and swaddling you.
Mm-hmm.
And Loran is sound asleep. Make an insight check. Oh, sorry, what's your passive insight?
Oh, it's pretty high. My passive insight is... Hold on a tick.
Oh, Donna, ticket.
I think it's a 15 or a 16. Let's see it over.
Okay, let me just check this.
But I can also roll.
No, passive insight. Okay. No, just your passive, but not a roll.
Yeah, okay.
One moment. Check this.
Tea leaves in my cup looked like Australia for a second, but then I moved and it ruined it.
You have foretold the disaster of Australia.
No!
The impending doom.
Loran has not yet
Okay.
noticed that you have awakened.
Okay.
And as, really quickly,
Okay.
you will have a brief moment
Mhm.
before we are all reunited. But first, Cass, Astra, as you two leave your rooms,
Feels so good.
you bump into each other in the corridor. Along with Momsesvald, who is carrying what appears to be a black coffee topped with whipped cream.
Ugh.
And how is his ass? Is it still eggplanted?
He is still walking wide. Yes.
Okay, good.
Ugh.
Actually,
Cass-
it seems that he's
Cass-
kind of fashioned a little like swaddling cloth over his bottom to hold it in place.
So gross.
This better be worth
All
it.
of the respect that
Actually.
Cass had. Like, Cass is like, I was right to try and kill you, but you're doing a good job. She's going to
Doing a
pat
good
him on the
job.
cheek and just be like, and give him a nod.
What if it's a vegetable person? What
Vegetables are
I
still
think that'd be great. No,
I don't want a vegetable person.
you
I don't
won't.
want to be
They're
responsible for
mine.
that.
I will be responsible for that.
The parents now, two of them.
No, we aren't involved, though, Cass.
Whatever happens, I'm assuming pretty much whatever hatches from there, it's going to be mine and Brian's.
I'm just a surrogate to you.
It's all
Yes.
fair, isn't it?
I'm literally paying you to sit on this egg.
Yeah. Did we ever agree an amount for that?
No, you didn't.
Oh, God, no. I want a platinum.
How much? One
One.
platinum?
Yeah.
How much is one platinum in gold?
10 gold.
10 gold.
God, he is so undersold himself. Cass is going to look like she's deliberating. She's going to be like... Okay, I will give you one platinum, but you must braid my hair.
I don't know how you do that.
He does. He was plaiting the leaves of the.
Oh, yeah,
of the
that's
pumpkin.
true.
I only know how to
I
plait
do know how to
leaves.
do that. I forgot. I have amnesia. You can't blame me. You can't blame me for my own general misgivings. Okay. So you all bump into each other in the corridor. Talia, do you have anything you want to say to your friends before you head downstairs to breakfast?
Breakfast.
Oh, I
Please.
just wanted to say that Astra is disguised again and basically doing everything to get us ready to leave this town as soon as possible.
Yeah, we need to hit it.
Hit it.
I do think the fact that we stayed overnight will help with the impression of innocence. Oh, Mum's Aswald.
Yeah.
Cass relays all the shit that happened and the fact that they can't. This is Sheila. That we don't know Astra. Don't fuck it up.
Sheila.
Cheetah.
Gotcha.
Sheila.
I mean, granted, right now, like, Astra does not look like Astra, so, like, I feel like it might not be as hard for Mumsrsfeld.
Yeah.
Understood. Sheila,
Like, you forget
good to
who that
meet
is.
you.
I
I
already
do have
forgot.
short-term memory, so please remind me the name every now and again, just in case I forget.
Hi, I'm Sheila, says the pink tiefling with, like, blonde hair.
Hi, Sheila. I'm Val.
Pleasure to meet you.
He turns around and starts waddling down the stairs. You see the eggplant just
Ugh.
his swaddling cloth. So, as you guys go downstairs, you come across an interesting sight. The tavern is not yet open for business, and you are quite a large party, so you're the only people who are staying there for the night, other than maybe one or two other travellers who have taken up breakfast in the corner of the room, a fair distance from them. But you see Ulster and the Ram snuggled up on the sofa, sharing one blanket, fast asleep, in front of a nice, warm, glowing fire.
Cass is going to look at everyone and be like, and message them individually and say, we're having breakfast in silence. Do not wake them.
Astra has this huge grin and is just like nods like and gives a big thumbs up.
Guys, can both of you all tell me what your passive insight is?
Oh, terrible. 10.
16.
Okay. I'm gonna message you something. Oh, for God's sake,
Not
Lily,
me
that
with
was
the-
blasting your head open. Cough!
Not me with my terrible 10.
No, you don't get anything. Oh my freaking God, Lily, that's what happens.
10 is at least half of the amount I could have got.
Oh! Gotcha.
What's
Ayla had sent you a
happening?
message.
I'm waiting to get the message.
It has been sent.
Astra's grin just widens even further.
He's like,
Cass, seeing the smiling grin, is like, messages, what?
Laura's not asleep, is he?
Yeah. Someone's awake.
Cass is going to be like, and she's just going to like, she's still going to go about as silently as possible.
nice. You two.
Loran, Ulster, we must not be together. Ulster, come sleep with me on the couch, Ulster.
He didn't ask him to. God
think-
damn it, guys.
I think
You're
it's
making
funny.
the best of a nice situation. A brief moment of freedom from
Yeah.
duties.
No, we're letting them have a nice time. We're having a great time. Great breakfast.
So when do I wake up?
I think that you would wake up as you hear like the sound of like chairs like slowly scraping and like plates being put down by Vera, of course, who does work here, so you can't really lose her that easy. But at the moment, she is wearing a face, or at least a visage, which appears to be not quite what you spent the night with, Cass. So it's easier to look her in the eye.
oh, Cass has, do you think Cass has an issue looking at her one night stand?
Just in case
She has a whole
just
boat.
in case you didn't want to see her again in the morning.
Oh, no. Cass doesn't mind seeing, I mean, she has a whole crew of basically fuck buddies that she sees on a regular basis. Cass is going to wink as she walks in and be like, oh, I haven't met you. What's your name? And start flirting, but with this.
Vera.
I'm Vera now. She flips her wrist at you and turns back to the bar. Astra, you notice that as she turns, her eyes seem to linger on you a little bit, but then she just keeps walking. And also,
She is still hot for Astra.
yeah. Also,
Yeah.
at the sound of that chair scraping,
Yep.
you begin to stir.
Also kind of like opens his eyes and then immediately shuts them, then peers out through one again.
Can I, sorry, just a small interrupt. Can I insight check that look before we pass the moment?
Get off the sofa.
It's yes, I'll allow.
Sorry, one of my dogs is very cheeky. She keeps getting on the sofa and she's not allowed. And I keep walking round and she's like curled up, like, hee.
That is a
Naughty bitch.
mathematical 20.
Curiosity. Attraction. But mostly curiosity.
Yeah, but isn't Vera attracted to everyone? Apart from Blue.
Oh, that's not fair.
Astra will.
Blue was the only one! Blue was the only one that Vera didn't invite to her room.
Because Bluey is very clearly not a sexual being.
But yet the first person that she hit on was Ulster.
Yeah,
Who clearly is a sexual being.
he's a baby girl. He's like a genre on Grindr. 100%.
He's a twink. That is what he is. He is a twink.
There are
Guys,
Facebook groups for
We need to
what he
stop
is.
the sexualization of Ulster game on, please.
You do this.
No,
Yeah,
you
but
do
when
it
I do it, it's consensual.
Lily was the one who told me he had a sexy dream. I didn't come up with that.
You wanted me to write a smutty fic for you.
No.
Exposed.
You said you wanted to write Ulster's sexy dream, and in return, I wrote Loran's experience that night.
It's not quite how I remember it. Anyway, moving on.
Anyways,
Never quite how Lily remembers
Never
it.
quite ever remembered that.
Anyway, Astra winks at Vera and just kind of just casual.
Okay, so also, what do you do?
Sorry, let me just get back into the zone. Ulster will. He can hear everyone having breakfast, right? No matter how quiet they are. He will very slowly roll and then roll again until he rolls off the couch, and then he'll get up on his knees and just be like,
The floor.
yeah.
Also hits the floor. He hits the floor.
And then he peers up over the couch at everyone to see if they noticed.
Everyone is looking at you, I assume, unless anybody says otherwise. Mom's father is certainly looking at you.
Good morning, Ulster.
Cass slides over some food and drink.
What time did he get back?
Dunno, was occupied.
Also looks at the rat, shuffles over and sniffs him.
He smells like drink. And he smells like musk.
I think he needs a shower. In the best possible way. Not saying he smells bad, just that.
Cass upends a glass of water on him.
Oh, you fucker! And he wakes up immediately.
Wakes up.
Astra will press the digitation and dry.
I want to do it to myself, actually. Don't do anything. Oh, you've already done it. Wow.
Did you just come straight from the bar to the couch?
Yes.
How long were you been back for?
I don't remember. You were asleep when I got back, so I just kind of waited down here and thought you might wake up.
Mm-hmm.
I must have fallen asleep at some point. Oh, well, hello, everybody. Are we leaving?
I thought we were having breakfast.
What about second breakfast? 11's.
What time is it?
I don't know.
Vera!
Certainly early enough to be getting going.
Vera leans over the bar and just says, "Gone so soon. That's a shame.
You look different.
I look different every day. I don't remember what I looked like yesterday."
You had he makes the motion for big boobs.
Ah, these. And she spins around.
Ulster looks at Cass and is like,
Well,
and stuff.
I can have these whenever I like. That's my superpower. Although, I'd love to know a little... Oh, my mum's calling me.
Shall we pause it?
How? How? This is a miracle. It's a weird coincidence.
Okay, so as you as she spins around and she beams at you and shows off her new accessory, which is bosom, she says, "Well, this is I suppose you could call it my superpower, though honestly it's more of a disposition that I was born with. I would love to ask.
Can I ask before we get into any plot stuff? Can I go make a hangover drink for the rat?
Yes, you get some eggs.
Okay. He starts
Actually,
whisking this
I
weird
think-
concoction.
Also, herbal remedies, and it comes out looking like a brown sludge.
Comes back over to the rat. Here you
No, it's not for me.
go. I made it.
I'm not hungover.
He holds it out.
I pick up a little potato. I don't know. I'm assuming that's what we've eaten, and I chuck it at the back of his head.
What is it with all of the abuse this morning?
I don't think anyone's abused you. Except
Eat.
Cass, maybe.
Eat the drink, and she does say "eat the drink" because it's thick enough to be food.
I know it looks funny, but not everything has to be pretty, so it's more effective than aesthetic.
Are you insulting me, Ulster?
No?
No, I didn't think so.
It tastes really bad.
So that's going to take Loran out for at least 10 minutes. So after that point, he will be back. Vera, watching all of this, just keeps going and says, anyway...
I'll give you the recipe there.
Thank you. We do sell hangover cures, and...
Not as effective.
He leans forward and he says, if I'm completely honest with you, this is my disposition, and I'm incredibly interested to see a little bit of what you guys can do.
Why?
You're colourful individuals, and you've brought this whole host of vegetables with you.
I am not colourful. Ulster looks down at himself.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Also, you've got green on your knees.
What?
Because you garden.
Oh. He just doesn't understand what she's talking about.
What can you guys do? Also, obviously, yes, I've seen what you can do. But he looks over to Astra.
That's what the noise was.
I'd love to see something from you.
Astra gestures over to Loran, and it's just like, you've already gotten to see a little taste.
But I can do that. Show me something else.
Can I insight check this?
Yeah, Ulster's been like scooching away from Vera.
Oh, nat 1. I just can't look away from the bosom.
Bosom everywhere.
I thought, was it Vera currently in a masculine form?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she has
And yet there's still bosom.
there's still bosom.
Nice.
I would also like to drop an 18 insight on there.
Sure. Curiosity again. That's as much as you got with your natural 20 last time. So you don't get much more than that now.
Sorry, I said mathematical 20 earlier.
Yeah. So you're 20.
Not a natural
You've got
20.
less than that now.
Yeah, no. I just wanted to clarify that it wasn't a natural 20 because that's what I heard back. Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, this is still it's comme ci comme ça.
I don't know. Do you have anything broken? I'm pretty good
She
at
picks
fixing
up the glass
things.
and he smashes it. How's that?
This is very aggressive.
So that kind of like starlight magic kind of weaves it back together piece by piece.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I would like to put something to you. And Astra, when Vera says this, she is speaking in a language that you understand well. Can you just tell me what languages you speak? Because I do a level 20 sheet at the moment. I can't see.
So, would you like them in order of fluency?
Yes.
5 billion languages later.
I'm a linguist.
We'll say number 1 is undercommon, number 2 surface common.
It's an under.
Okay.
And so the rest of you, it just sounds like Vera has started whispering.
I speak undercommon.
Okay. Except for you also.
I also speak undercommon.
What the fuck? Okay, keep going. She knows things.
I've also got, let's see, I think probably Thieves' Cant would be
Okay,
next.
that makes so much sense. Okay, Thieves' Cant. In Thieves' Cant, she signs to you, You know that I'm more than I seem, don't you?
There's certainly more to you than meets the eye.
And then she signs. I have a question. Let's call it a riddle.
I might have an answer. Also,
Also leans over
Astra
to
is repeating, like replying in Thieves' Camp, basically.
Cass is like looking at the two of them
Doing,
like
finger motions.
she's gonna lean over to Brian and go, I don't think it's not flirting, but I think there's something else happening too.
Should we leave?
At which point
Oh,
Loran
no.
sits up and he just says, it's a hand talking, like with their hands, which is also a form of flirting.
Vera, do you want us here or should we?
I want you.
I certainly
I-
want you here.
Hand talking.
Because I want to leave it to this one to decide how much you know.
About everything?
She winks at you. Last night's offer still stands. And she pinches your cheek.
Still, no thank you.
How about without these?
Um, you're very, very attractive, but you're not my type.
Fair enough. Looks back to you.
Cass looks to Loran like,
Loran isn't looking at you. Actually, he looks a bit sheepish and kind of looks down. And in your mind, you just say, "We need to have a conversation." It's not good. It's not good.
I was like,
It's all
Cass
good,
is gonna
Cass.
respond. Cass is gonna respond being like, yeah, no shit.
Okay, great.
But first let's watch this show and then we'll go chat.
Vera looks at you, Astra, and then just says, I have a question.
A couple of suggestions. Sorry.
And with that comes a request. Something I wish for you to bring me if you can figure out what it is I want. Do you understand?
Is she speaking to all of us?
To Astra.
It depends on what you want.
Well, that's for you to figure out. So,
Astra, what's he saying? Astra.
you share with your friends.
How long do I have to decide? We aren't going to be in town very long.
I'll find you. My question is this, and this is spoken to everyone in the room. I sprout from roots above the ground. In every town I can be found. The more I die, the more I grow. You'll lose me when you start to slow.
Sorry, we sprout from roots above the ground in every town
I can be found.
I can be found.
The more I die,
The more I grow.
you'll lose me when you start to slow.
Bones.
What did you say, Lils?
Bones. But I mean that in the
Bones.
fact that a child bones, like, they lose bones. But I don't know if that's accurate. Because, riddles usually have multiple answers, so it's kind of a bit of a guessing game, and then you pick the one that fits the
This one is something
bill.
I want you to give me.
Bones?
Hair.
You can only give me one thing. What was that?
Hair?
That's it.
Vera holds out her hand. Hair. Very good.
And you want to be able to find me.
I want your hair.
It's for scrying. Right?
I want a lock of your hair, Astra. What do you say? Here. And Vera pulls a bit of their hair and cuts it and passes it to you. In exchange.
In exchange. And Astra will follow suit.
That's a pretty risky thing to do.
Wonderful. Thank you. And they pull out an envelope and they just fold it in and tuck it into their breast pocket. They stand up and they push the chair into the table and they say, "Thank you for your time. Now do check the basement before you leave."
I have a question.
Throw a wink and they leave out the front door.
Oh, Vera, I had a question about the riddle.
Yes. What's that?
The part where you say, "In every town I can be found," what would you do if it was a town of hairless mole rats?
I'd offer them a different riddle.
He makes a note at the bottom. Thank you.
Perhaps I'll ask you one next.
What? No. I like to puzzle out multiple. No.
Cass, before Vera leaves, they blow you a kiss.
Cass winks back.
Offer still stands, and the door closes behind them.
Very persistent.
Suspicious.
Isn't this their bar?
Or is it?
Walks
Or
out
did
the
they murder
door,
person it was
yeah.
And then just left. Are we about to be framed for another murder? Can we
Rand
leave?
looks around and says, "Wait, is this her bar?"
She's just kind of here.
Maybe not. Maybe we should go.
Yeah, but now that she has Astra's hair, she can find Astra anywhere, I was going to say, because I know how to do that too.
Yeah, we figured
And
that.
in
But
some
I still
cultures,
feel
they
like
can bring you back from the dead out of the hair, and then you'd come back in a new body, and it would be a bit of a lottery for you, Astra.
I'm chancing it as a potentially good thing.
Can I just ask, are we going?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good.
Check what?
The basement.
Oh, is it going to be dead person?
Probably.
Okay.
Onwards.
Alrighty.
downwards. Cass is going to go check out the basement.
There you go. And you have to go behind the bar to the trapdoor, which leads you to a huge cellar filled to the brim with home brewed alcohols. There's apricot liqueur, there is ales and meads of all different notes.
Yum.
Different types of wood in the barrels to seep in different flavors. Some with fruit infusions and some with herbs and some plain. All of this should draw your eye.
But
However, tied up ever so expertly in the back of the room,
Is another Vera?
Sorry?
Go on.
To one such massive barrel is a young woman who looks a little bit, passably, like bosomed Vera, covered in kiss marks and hickeys, just kind of like,
Oh.
what?
I'm going to leave this one to you, Cass, or Steph smacks Cass's back and leaves.
She looks either drunk or asleep or charmed. And Loran raises his hand and Right. Yeah. Yeah. She's drunk off of magic.
There's worse things to be. Cass starts untying her.
Oh no! Stop! You don't. I've had enough. Round 3, really?
Also appears to the trap. Please cease your activities.
And as you kind of untie her, the ropes fall away, and her eyes, their fog there, begins to dissipate with each rope that is undone, with each knot that is undone. And you see that she widens and then looks at you, Cass, and goes, and slaps you and starts running away.
Cass is like, no stranger to a slap.
I'll help her out of the trapdoor if that's where she goes.
Thank you. Don't.
I'm gay.
Are you injured at all? Do you need any help?
No. And she slams the cellar door. Wait.
That's your cellar. You should be at the mountain.
Yeah.
Hey, can you let us out?
Behind her, this barrel, you notice something on the wall.
An inverted pentagram!
Oh! I think Cass, Astra, both of you would have seen these before. But you see a small kind of arrow marking, the shape and style of which lets you know that this appears to be an entrance to thieves' tunnels.
Oh dear, tunnels. Oh no! Cass is going to turn to Astra and be like, I know we need to leave, but should we maybe tell, like, we're going to fly away, right? We're not going to go in the tunnels. This is to the group.
Loran says,
well.
we're teleporting. I'm not spending any more moment doing loud.
I do think we should maybe tell, whilst I'm all for thievery, there is undead crawling around underground. Maybe we should tell Captain Plod that there's a tunnel here.
Captain Plod.
Mr. Plod.
What do you guys
Frank
think?
Plod.
I mean, this is a lot of alcohol. That she might have some sort of smuggling operation here. We don't want to,
She slapped me. Who gives a shit?
Can I open the trapdoor from... Can I wrestle it from the busty woman?
You kind of like start heaving on the trapdoor, and Loran says, wait, no, better ways. And he kind of holds your shoulder, and you...
I'm outside.
Oh,
I'm
you're
trying
outside.
to...
Okay. In that case...
And he's like, wait, hang on. And Loran undoes the latch that's swung shut along with it, and is like, okay, try it now.
Okay.
We'll say
In
easy.
that case, when we pop out, is the busty woman still there, or has she run off?
She can still be there. She's pouring herself a stiff drink.
Okay, Cass is going to look at her and be like,
Gosh.
we all drank a little bit much last night. Things got out of hand, but I want you to know that
I'm not interested.
Oh no, neither. Your tunnel.
I've had enough. It was wonderful. Look, it was great.
I mean, I know
have to admit, but I was working. I have regulars.
Okay, can I speak? I'm not interested in you, though you do have fantastic bosoms. Your tunnel, your smuggling tunnel. There's undead that are crawling around underground at the minute. You may want to think about that. If you tell anyone about it to get it boarded up, that's up to you. If not, I don't give a shit.
I don't have crabs. Smash.
Crabs, you bitch. Or undead, or whatever you're calling them.
I think she means there's a tunnel in your cellar which is potentially full of zombies.
You know, actually, you guys all look fully grown. You can talk about my anatomy.
We weren't not talking about your
Why would you
vagina.
make assumptions?
We weren't
Why
talking
you
about
have
it.
one?
Right. Okay, Cass is going to like step forward and it's going to shift from being very charming and quite happy to like, I'm now going to roll intimidation.
Yeah.
Jeez.
18. It's like a very subtle shift. It's not suddenly that she's like, I'm going to murder you, but it's suddenly like, I'm done with your shit. Shut the fuck up. And she's like, I'm not talking about your body, which I'm sure is fine and fantastic in every way. I'm talking about the fact that you've got a smuggling tunnel in your cellar. And if you don't know about it, that's even bigger of a risk. There might be undead. Up to you. We're fucking leaving. And I've also swiped some alcohol because it's clearly illegal. Bye, bitch.
Did you get
Cass
your
leaves.
He looks dumbstruck and she's shaking a little bit.
Oh.
Okay.
Also puts a platinum on the table and slides it over. Thanks for the stay. Goodbye.
She picks it up as if to say, this is fucking real, and looks at your strange group
That's all I have. I'm sorry.
as you leave. Bluey pops her head downstairs and just says, hey guys,
Your show's over.
yeah, show's over. I am just going to coordinate the garlic and the cabbages.
Mhm.
And I think we might have to, they're really slow and they want to do a bit of sightseeing. I told them about the swans.
Can't we just leave them here?
Well, I wanted to set them off to Melas is the thing. So what I might do, I don't want to have to drag you guys along with that, is I'm going to go and find the cart that can get them sent off to Melas.
To Melas. Gonna find the cart that can send them off to Melas.
And once they're off,
Yeah.
then I'll join you guys in Ironstone.
It's the worst show I've ever heard.
It's those things that when you first start, I'm just sort of like, yeah, and then it just gets
And then it just gets worse.
It's because I feel like I'm not doing enough.
It's fine. It's fine.
Right, okay. Capiche.
No one says that.
Capiche.
Boo disappears upstairs, leaving the 5 of you with Monsters Found as well. Who is
I always forget that Mum's Vowed is there. Cass is also going to be like,
everyone forgets that I am here. I'm just very good at clinging to the corners of rooms.
I remember you're here.
I also remember you
Where
were
I
here.
came from. Thank you.
I don't.
Are we leaving?
As soon as possible, yes, please.
Possible is now, Gran says. And he holds open the door for everyone.
Good.
As you all walk out, he's like, oh wait, Cass, I forgot. We have to go pick up that cream you wanted for your lesions.
Yes,
Oh.
the rape lesions from last night.
Yes,
I
your
do.
rape
I
burns.
do. I do need
Cream.
some.
I made you a cream, and it's been baking
Is that what you were doing last night?
overnight
Oh.
in
Yes.
the river. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I must go get my cream for my rope burns. Goodbye, friends.
We'll see you
Farewell.
in the library.
I thought we were going to the teleportation
When the
circle.
they're in the
We
same
will.
spot. Just
We
aim
will
that direction.
in 10 strokes of the clock from now.
3 incense times. They run.
Also, like an incense, 1 incense, 2 incense.
Astro just looks so confused, like,
Well, I mean, if he's making her a cream, that's quite nice. I assume.
I just envision that the pair of
I'm
them
more
both
surprised that
run away.
she
Like,
didn't come to, like, one of us, since, you know, we have that kind of training.
Maybe it's a magical cream rather than a herbal cream.
I
Maybe
mean,
it's
I
for
can-
other lesions that Cass is embarrassed to talk about.
I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
Ashton,
Shall we go for a walk?
Nothing to worry about.
Nothing at all.
It's not for me to speculate. Stan lights an incense.
Not for me to speculate.
You guys could have rolled an insight if you wanted.
You could have if you want.
Also, it's very trusting.
But it's far too late now. Right, so
I will turn my camera.
You fast travel to a distant location near the river.
A distant nearby location.
The lake.
A distant nearby location that if you shout, we can still be heard.
No! You guys appear on the lake kind of shore area. And Cass, when you get there, you see that there's a very distinct impression still left untouched in the sand, which appears to be very much Loran-sized. And Loran is standing next to it, and he just points down and he just says, "Behold, the place I collapsed last night."
Yes.
Cass,
Yes.
I'm going to show you something. And this...
Please, not your penis.
No, I have reasons, but I promise I will never be showing you that again.
Why is this happening?
100%. I bet he had something on there that was just like, I don't know, a stain or a mark or something. He was like, what?
My precious instrument.
I just imagine that Cass was just like sat like carving like a stone somewhere, and he just like puts it there, like, look at it. And Cass is like, oh!
The odds that Cass like put something in his underwear specifically.
Yeah, 100%.
This isn't one of your pranks. And no, this is not to do with my genitalia. The round is fine, but my heart is not.
I almost spat my tea out.
I mean, you put your snack on.
Little Loran.
I hope you know that Laz is now being referred to as Inspiration Loran's penis.
We're done. No more of this. Loran says, I swear I am actually being serious. I need guidance. He pulls down the side of his shirt and shows you a hickey. Ulster didn't give this to me.
I know.
He doesn't know how to give hickeys.
He doesn't know. Yeah. I went out yesterday
Mm-hmm.
in search of my usual thing.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
There was some kissing.
Mm-hmm.
There was some under the shirt stuff.
Mm.
But then I realized that I had specifically sought out someone who reminded me in the slightest way of Ulster.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to another bar
Mm-hmm.
and I drank a lot. And I looked at everyone in the room, and there were pretty people there. There were beautiful people there. Vera was like in that tavern. Okay? Offering threesomes.
Ah, yes, I remember that portion of the evening. She did go out to see if we could recruit some others.
And yet, every time I saw them, I just kept mentally comparing them to him.
Mm-hmm.
For what?
Cass is gonna sidle up close to him. She looks like she might give him a hug. She might
You like Krabby Patties,
have
don't
a
you,
laugh.
Loran?
And she just like bitch slaps the hell out of his face.
And you see he falls perfectly back into that with himself on the floor. He's just like
She's then gonna
lying
crouch,
down
like
face down.
she's then gonna like stand on his chest and hold his face and be like, "I love you, but you're so stupid."
Yeah.
Now, squishing. I know the shit in the past has affected you. I know that shit going forward is scary, and I know that the fact that you like this guy is scary because you don't like guys. You're a fucking a dump, like most people on our ship. And
Yeah,
this
you are correct.
this is not someone you can fucking dump.
No.
But look at me, look at me.
Look at Cass. You're like a centimeter away from my face. I can't see anything else.
Look at me.
Barely see you.
You can do this. You don't have to go all in. And just by saying yes to certain things does not mean you're saying yes to forever, you commitment phobe person. Just see what happens and enjoy where it's at. Stop overthinking everything. God, it's stressful.
It's just. How do I not feel like. How do I not feel like I'm doing exactly what everyone expected me to do with him?
The only reason we were expecting anything isn't because we immediately were like, yes. I mean, a little bit like Loran, you do tend to fuck everybody. But immediately when as soon as the two of you had chemistry from the minute that you locked eyes on each other. Now, that's why we were all giving you shit. If you want, I can threaten to kill everyone so no one looks at you again.
No, that would be devastating for me. Half of my self-esteem.
No. When I say look at you, I mean like when you two are flirting and being really obviously. I'll make sure that everyone looks away. It will be really obvious, but in a very different way.
No, that's.
She's going to get off him.
Pushed or stare too far in the opposite direction anyway. It won't work. Because I told him that I didn't want to be in a relationship with him. I said that to him when I told him that his mum owned me.
I may have spoken to Brian since that conversation.
Right.
What else did you talk about, Cass?
We talked about a lot of sex. I've given him some good pointers. You'll be pleased to know. She doesn't say that. Cass is going to get off of his chest and hold out an arm to help him up, which is kind of effective because she's strong, but also not super effective because she's half his height. But you know,
it helps. It helps. It works.
Cass is going to be like, look, all jokes aside.
You can do it,
You
Cass.
clearly like him. He clearly likes you. You are both trying to fuck it up because you're both scared. Well, I'm not actually sure if Brian's trying to fuck it up. I just think he's just super and doesn't fully understand everything. But I know that you're trying to push him away so that you don't have to feel things. It's not going to work. He's still interested, and you've already tried to push him away. I think you just need to. You can't let what happened ruin your happiness.
I was perfectly happy before.
Were you?
Well, look, happy is a big concept.
It is, and it's hard to find. And it's even harder to hold on to. But I see it when you two are together and you don't let yourself get in your way.
He is funny. And no, anyway. But what about Cass? At some point, I'm going to have to tell him what I've done. Which is not just this. We actually have a mutual acquaintance, Ulster and I. Someone that Ulster seems to be quite keen to reconnect with. A mentor, or something like that he mentioned to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked me to message him. And I want to say this because I want to free myself from the accusation that I was hiding it. He did say he had a crush on him. But I swear to you, this is completely separate. I just have a feeling that this guy doesn't have Ulster's best interests at heart. I don't know why. I don't know what. I just have a feeling. And so I didn't. I did, but I didn't tell him exactly what Ulster asked me to tell him.
Well, I think you need to speak to Brian and you need to get all of this off your chest. But I know when you're being a paranoid arsehole. And I also know that even when you are being a paranoid arsehole, which you're not now, I know to trust your instincts. So if you say that this guy is sus, I'll kill him.
He laughs at that and he says, I really appreciate that, Cass. Let's not jump to murder just yet, though that is, I'm sure,
so
not far
boring.
off the table. Okay. Right. Might need your help with that later on. I'm sure we'll get there.
I don't think you've ruined things with Brian, by the way, but I do think you have some shit to repair.
Yeah. And Loran moves to walk away and he just says, thank you. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll see. I think maybe this helps.
Whatever you decide, I'll support you. But only if you follow my advice.
Well, I've decided I want my gold back.
You do what you want, lovely. I will support you whatever.
So, you guys carry on. Ulster and Astra.
Mm-hmm.
Come back on.
Oh, sorry, yes. Forgot. I'm here.
Ulster and Astra. The two of you make your way over to the teleportation circle and you watch Cass and Loran, Naruto run away.
Ulster continues lighting incense cones. I said 3, so...
It's about half of one at the moment.
This one smells like patchouli.
It smells nice. I like it.
It's actually my least favourite one, but I thought I'd use them to tell the time anyway because I don't really like the smell.
Makes perfect sense. Are you saving the ones you like the most?
Yes.
Which ones are those?
He opens his bag and pulls out a tin and goes through, and he's like, this one smells like cedar. This one, and he pulls out another one, is cedar with moss. Smells like, when it rains and the forest smells like...
Like petrichor.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Do you want one?
I don't know. I feel like we should enjoy them together. They're your incense, I mean.
I will keep one for you. He puts them back in his bag.
Thank you.
So that was very strange with Vera. I'm going to express my opinion now that you probably should not have given Vera your hair, but it was your choice to do so, and I respect that.
I don't know. Maybe Vera's a friend.
Maybe.
They did give their hair to
It's
me.
just a moment.
You guys see the teleportation circle kind of building, which is a part of the library and the little archive slash police slash town hall area that you went to yesterday. It's off to the side, and there is a short queue forming outside, and everyone who joins is given little tokens to hold on to. And as you reach the end of it, a small boy with a little train conductor's hat comes up to you and offers you a token.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Have you teleported before, Sheila?
Oops.
I have on occasion, though I usually make my way on foot or by cart. Part of...
My parents didn't really let me use it.
I enjoy the journey.
You must
of it.
walk a lot.
Oh, yes.
You have very worn shoes.
I mend them as best I can, but only so much fabric.
That's fair. I don't think I've actually really teleported that many times, so I'm excited.
Have you traveled much?
Up until recently, no. But I have also walked quite a bit. Mainly in the snow, though, so I don't actually know how far I went because the snow makes everything a bit slow. So
That and it's hard to tell with all the similar scenery, I would just kind of assume.
yeah. I mean, have you been to the Maasai before?
I have not.
I mean, I wouldn't really recommend it. We're not really friendly to tourists. It's very cold and very big, and yeah. He kind of stares glumly ahead.
Do they not? Are they not a fan of outsiders, or is it just?
I'm not really a fan of anyone, really.
So what is it like?
What is it like?
Was life there for you like? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, it was very big and very cool. There's a palace, kind of in a little area at the bottom, and that's where I lived most of the time. I had my own tower, and it had a balcony, which you could see for a very long time, and you could document the seasonal changes. So sometimes we have tornadoes and stuff, very intense. And I went on a big walk when I was not that long ago, really, like 4 years ago. I don't know. It was very hard to keep track of time. But when I went on a walk, there were lots of different types of ice, and I didn't know there could be so many different types of ice. But I was very interested in them, so I documented all the different types of ice, and now I know all of the different types of ice.
Astra looks like completely like fascinated and like very much into everything he's saying.
A second instance time passes.
I think Ulster will get out his journal as they're waiting and just show Astra his like landscape sketches, and he's like pointing out the different types of ice.
I love that they get to bond over their like appreciation for nature.
Nature. He's like, yes, well, there are many creatures as well, but some of them we don't really let into the circles that are inhabited because they can be scary and dangerous. But I quite like them, so I wandered in here, and he flicks to a map and points to the around the center of the Maasai. And my friend and I went for a very long walk, and she accidentally did eat a few people, but that was at the beginning, and then she behaved a lot better after.
Do
I
you
told
have
her not to do that.
like a picture of your friend in there as well?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
just that you'd drawn so many of us. I thought maybe.
No, my father burned that journal, so I decided not to make another one.
Do you? What is your relationship like with your family, if that's okay?
My parents are the king and queen, so
I had put together by your title.
they wear crowns and stuff. You see, you have to be careful because if I say certain things, I have to say it in a very specific way because to address them, you need to.
Is there a language that's better for you?
No. If I. He opens another journal and shows a very small portrait that has been pasted in. It doesn't look like it was drawn by him, but by someone else. That's my parents. That's my father. And that's my mum. And my mother. And they're still there in the Maasai. Yeah.
And you are traveling abroad for your studies, or?
Same as you, I suppose. Studying is so much fun.
Also, as you say that, you see in the distance Ulster and Loran and Cass slowly walking towards you.
Ulster's face
Moses Val
brightens
is in
up.
the corner, by the way, just sort of like sitting on his eggplant, like, don't worry, I'm going to move with you, just when the eggplant tells me to.
Astra, I think you're very kind. Let's talk more in Ironstone.
I
Right.
would like that very much, yes.
I hope that Cass got the cream that she needed. Sounded quite severe.
I really hope so too. She just kind of fidgets with like the lock of hair she got from Vera. It's just like
Ulster looks like he plays with his hair, I think, as Loran and Cass get closer, and he looks like he's subconsciously presenting himself a little bit more nicely. Lala!
Little.
Oh, Lala, that's so funny. He's on Emma's sewing machine.
Yesterday he sat there. Yeah, he might do it again.
Lala has this habit of sitting in the most inconvenient spot.
Yeah.
That he can find.
You guys take a photo of him. Wow. Hey, La.
I'll send it.
He
Lala.
just turned around. Really look.
I'm sending a photo to the chat. There you go.
So, as you guys reconvene, Loran looks down at you, staring, smiles, but then blushes and then looks away. Right. So, teleportation is something that I am very good at. However, I have to admit it takes a lot of effort.
Mm.
And so,
Cass
hope
so
you
your
don't
rope.
mind. Oh.
Well, I was going to ask if Cass's rope lesions are okay now.
Oh. Their healing, isn't that right, Cass? Yes.
Oh yes, they're yeah, they're coming along nicely. She like looks down at her wrist. There's not a single mark on her wrist. Yeah, they're coming along really well.
That's really fast-acting cream. I didn't actually see any lesions when you left, but
They were in places that only friends can see.
my friends, but I don't want to see. Thank you. I hope they're okay.
They're fine.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yes, teleportation. Let's go.
Yes. In your turn in the queue comes. And the Ran says, I
La la.
He's sitting on my sewing machine.
Stop it.
It's so cute.
Right, so Ironstone.
Hmm.
Who has been to Ironstone before? Everyone except
I've raised my hand. You can't see it.
Mums of Zeld says, I don't remember. Put your hand down, Mums of Zeld. Yep.
I haven't been before.
Yes.
I have an apartment there, apparently.
So wonderful. Ulster.
Oh. Do you want it? I mean, you can.
No, I do not want to live on any more land but your parents' own.
But isn't it mine? Therefore, I could sign it over to one of you. Cass, do you want it?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'll keep that in mind. I know. Oh no, not the bum hole.
Shall we have a little look, see?
No, not his bum hole. Put it away.
Look at your bottom.
Stop exposing little Ran. Seen enough.
Lauren says, something very important I wish to say before we go. Ironstone is a big place. Also, it's probably for the best that I give you a tour. A tour when we get there.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will get lost.
Mm-hmm.
Should
Cass and
maybe Mum's Asphalt should come.
No,
No. This is
yeah.
This is a 2-person tour only.
Yeah, it's fully booked actually. And Mums Asphalt is boring.
Oh.
All sad.
But he's sitting on an egg. I thought maybe he wanted time to sit on his eggplant, but that was a bit mean.
No, all sad. Come here. And Lauren beckons you close, and he just says, "No, he's dull as shit, all sad."
Why do you smell like the river?
I lay down in the sand. It was part of the healing process for Cass. Cass's healing process. Throw me to the floor.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you and Cass weren't like that.
No, Ulster. That's not what I didn't mean it in it.
I'm joking.
Cass,
We're going
Cass,
on a
crossing is like,
2-person.
ew.
I was joking. It was a joke.
Haha! A
Ah.
2-person tour of the city, just you and me.
Okay. Do I need to wear walking shoes?
Come on, and he beckons you all forwards to the teleportation circle, and you see him go over to the attendant who is monitoring the circle, and slip him a gold piece under the table, and he shows him briefly how about he shows him briefly a piece of paper which appears to be some kind of rune or inscription that you guys can't quite figure out, and the attendant like fumbles and starts drawing it, and the ranch just like, oh, move aside, and just goes and adeptly draws the circle into the book the attendant was scrolling into.
Wow, Loren's a really good drawer.
Technical drawing.
Well, it's just as important, really.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, some people just don't have the spark I have. Right, everybody on the circle.
Everyone stares at him.
Guys, can you just get on the circle, please?
Yep.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
Any chance I can copy down these sigils?
Absolutely not. If you see him, do you try?
To get a peek at the sigils? Yeah, little
Guys.
one.
He's snoozing.
Oh,
The baby.
He's snoozing. Georgia, look at your godchild.
It's too cute. I can't look at him.
Astra, if you lean over to see the piece of paper that Loran offered, as you set eyes on it, Loran taps the paper and it just flashes and scatters into ash. He just looks over at you and he says, "That is for me."
Right, are we going?
Sorry, I didn't mean to pry.
He smiles. No. Yes, we're going. And
Where's the best place to stand?
like there, and he points next to him.
Cass, can you stand by me? Because I feel like you're very solid, and if I fell, you'd be good to hold on to.
Of course. But I think Loran's also quite solid.
Okay, he
Not
puts
right now.
himself. He puts himself between them.
There you go. Okay. We should also all be on the watch out for Mom's valve. He looks like he could keel over at any moment.
Cass takes an unusual interest in making sure that Mumsasfeld is secure, he's okay. But really, you all know it's nothing to do with Mumsasfeld, but it is to do with the eggplant he's carrying.
I don't care about you. I care about your child.
But while he is Cass's surrogate, she is interested in keeping him alive. But as soon as the surrogate is over, she's done with him.
So I was like, I'm not sure about the legal implications of this.
I'm paying him. It's fine.
As you all take your places on the teleportation circle, there is a
Bazoom.
crash and a whoosh and a flash of magic, and all of a sudden you hear the hustle and bustle of a medieval city now, of a
Fantasy city.
the likes of which you've never, oh for God's sake,
YouTube ads.
I know it sucks.
Really breaks the immersion. Lala, don't look so grumpy at him. Lala's in his teenage phase.
He really is. The likes of which you, Ulster, have never seen before.
Ulster is immediately like, whoa.
And with that, we will take a quick break before Anna joins to make some tea and have a slight screen break, and then more game.
More game.
And whenever you're ready, Ellen.
This is my cracker. My cracker. My cracker.
Okay.
Not bubble.
So, as you all feel your stomachs lurch and then your feet hit solid ground as if you've been falling, but you have not moved an inch.
He used to do this when he was a kitten.
You find yourselves no longer in the lakeside town of Kinnersport. You are instead now in Ironstone,
Yeah.
the capital city.
Oh my god, I've never been here before.
Oh my god, named for the iron and stone that surrounds it in the mining sprawl.
There's nothing in it, Baz.
And you turn around, admiring the streets, all grey stone but lit with colourful signs, colourful doorways and awnings which lend a life to the area that the architectural elements alone do not give. You turn around and you see bright, and colourful and gilded, standing out from all the others, a shop with tall stained glass windows filled to the brim with magical implements, eye-catching signs and
Sovek's wondrous magical items.
and a sparkling menagerie of potions and trinkets. There are no less than 5 bells above the door, each of them ringing in different times and different unisons. And Loran says, "This is a fun one. I have headquarters in multiple different cities, all of which lead to the same place." And he pushes open the door.
How?
How? Crazy, I know. I stole it, Lily. I stole it from him because I can.
You can.
Inside, you are in Loran's magical menagerie, the Arcanist's armoire, he says. Well, not all of you will be lucky enough to see the Arcanist's armoire. That was a joke. Oh, shit. Anyway, this is my shop.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least it was my shop.
Yes.
I do make a habit of slipping the local circle keepers my personal sigil, just to make travel a little more seamless for me. Drops me right on my doorstep.
Ulster's already edging towards the shelves to look.
Yeah, you can have a look around. Who wants to have a look?
He goes
Me.
off.
Astra is like openly marveling at everything, like very, very
That's
genuinely,
the one-
if that is a, ego boost for Loran.
Nice.
Can I roll an
Right, it's
investigation
looking-
check for something good?
Interesting, Loran is looking to all of you for approval, though also you notice that he is following you around a little closely.
I'm not going to break anything, I promise.
I trust you. Look here, and he says, I think if we start off in this corner, I'll give you a little tour of the highlights. Starting with the non-magical, because I do carry an array of goods, though only a small array of non-magical items. And he leads you to a wall of tapestries. I initially made my name in these.
Oh, you made them?
Yes, I did. This is, if your art, Ironstone, is drawing, then mine is working with thread and fabric.
What do these tapestries look like?
They are... It's interesting, they're definitely woven tapestries, but the edges all seem to kind of like fade out into this glittering, like suspended weave, which even though some of the threads are barer than others, holds itself upright quite expertly. They depict lots of different things. Some of them ships, some of them landscapes and scenery.
Naked women?
Most of them naked people. The female nude does seem to be quite common, though there is a few other nudes thrown in there just for fun. But most of them are carpets.
They're carpets?
Carpets.
Can they fly?
No, not these.
Ah.
A flying carpet, it's not something I would sell to just anyone.
Well, they are beautiful nonetheless.
And then over here, potions. I do have to be honest, I outsource most of these. Potion making is a whole other realm compared to making magical items and enchantments.
Ulster picks up a bright green one. What's this one?
Alchemist's fire.
Right. Puts it very carefully back.
I thought you might have cottoned on to that, considering your mouth explosion in the Northwind Stronghold.
Don't know what that was.
Don't know what that was. He winks at you.
That's not it. That's not me pretending for embarrassment's sake. I actually don't know what it was.
Right. Astra, this might be something of interest to you, actually. And he leads you over to a shelf in which you see a headrest, hanging off of which is a gauzy veil with an intricate golden design. Of course, I designed this myself.
Wow, that's marvelous. I mean, I would also be interested in one of your tapestries, but This is really
The
something
reason I thought
special.
you'd be interested in this. And he takes it off and he says, "May I?"
By all means.
And he hooks it behind your ears, and there are 2 dangling medallions which kind of fall down with like a crystal attached to each end, and they just kind of blend into your hair. And then he says, "What do you think of it? How does it wear?"
I love it. But how much is it?
To the rest of you, when Loran speaks, he speaks in a language which sounds like lyrics to a lullaby meet the waves of the ocean.
What language is it?
Let's say.
But Astra understands it.
Astra seems to reply and understand in the same time.
It's a language hat.
I call it a language barrier.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
It's funny, right?
That's funny. So when you put it on, you can speak in secret languages? That's cool.
It creates a language that only the 2 wearers understand.
Oh. You're not wearing a hat.
I made it.
But what is it? What does it sound like? Does it sound like a different language between different people?
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
This was my graduation piece. It'd be a long time to cultivate.
When did you graduate?
It was a long time ago. Don't worry about it. The next.
I was going to ask where you went to school.
It doesn't matter. It's school. Boring.
But I haven't been to a magical school.
I would also like to know this.
I was tutored at home. I never went to a proper school.
Loran looks a little uncomfortable.
And
just
moving
says,
on, what's the next thing you wanted to share?
Well, Cass has already seen this all, though she prefers what's behind the curtains over there.
Oh, do I? Cass says through. I say through Cass.
Like, what does Cass prefer? I think there's only one answer, truly. As Loran pulls open the curtain, you see an ornate glass case filled with jewels, at the center of which is a ring inset with a single pearl.
Yeah. Unlimited power!
I was going to make a sexy joke, but this makes more sense. As Cass is like drooling over this jewel, you hear a bell chime over the doorway. Louis. Anna, if you can hear me, feel free to mic on and cam on whenever you like.
Hello, I'm listening whilst being mobile.
That's fine, don't worry.
Taking really longer than I thought it
You're
would be.
okay.
Okay.
Louis, you, after staying behind for a little longer just to make sure that all your cabbage and garlic friends made it on the cart you had organised to Melas, travelled independently to Ironstone. Was dropped off. It was an unpleasant experience to teleport. And realised, where am I supposed to meet them? Though the name Loranda Hain goes very far in these parts, and within a matter of moments you found someone who was willing for a copper piece to escort you to his shop. Pushing open the door, it is busy, but not overwhelmed with people at the moment. Perhaps 1 or 2 patrons other than the group of people you call your adventuring party. One of whom is drooling over a piece of jewellery in a glass cabinet behind a curtain. And Loran says, Louis, you're back.
Hi,
In a much cheerier, happier voice than you've heard in a while.
Okay. Hello, sorry that took me a while. What's happening?
We're buying things, or looking at buying things.
You can't afford me, Cass.
I'd say Ulster's kind of standing at the back. He is a bit quiet since he noticed that they'd upset Loran around the school.
Wait, is it possible to buy Loran? I don't understand.
Loran
I don't think you really buy people.
snorts and then says, "My wares, Louis.
How much is the ring?
Too much for you.
How much?
50,000.
50. I swear that's gone up since last campaign.
Isn't that
Inflation.
like completely inaccessible to everyone who
At
is
that.
not?
Oh, sorry.
But also immediately quiets down. He's standing at the back anyway.
I was just gonna say that that Astra just like sets the the price, just like sets the jewelry that Loren had put like on her back on its shelf. Like, well, if the Pearl of Power is like not a thing, then yeah, neither is that.
Cass, you see Loran has a glint in his eye. Make an insight check.
Can I have advantage because I know him so well?
Yes, you can.
It went up by 1 point. What the fuck was that?
Yes, you know that
Perception,
well.
insight. I think I have a plus. No, nothing. 10.
Okay. Just before you take the language barrier off Astra, Loran looks over at you and he just says, "I've been pulling numbers out of my arse for that one for the last 3 years, I swear." And he gives you a wink. Cass, you can work it off in your wages if you like, or in favors.
I am not being indebted to you for eons.
I've offered
What
you
can-
this before.
And I
don't
said
want
no
to back
then,
over
and I will say no now.
While they argue.
Astra. Or are you still Shiva?
Now that we're here, Astra's. Wait, how long has it been?
3 incense times, which is an hour and a half.
An hour and a half, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's probably been like that last half hour, like as they're like making conversation, it'll, like wear off.
Gotcha. So, Loran says, to the point where you cannot be understood by all those around you. That piece is unique. It is sentimental more than anything, but I suppose
Naturally.
it has been hanging around the shop for longer than I'd expect it to for a piece of such fine quality. I could be considered a Scrooge, but I'm not averse to haggling if you have a good offer to make.
So you say there's just Astra?
Yes. So it sounds like shwash, wash, 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 wash.
What are you guys talking about?
Money. But I think you'd probably catch the latter half of the conversation as Astra takes off and it fades back into your common.
You're going to sell your graduation piece?
If she wants it.
But isn't that...
I mean, I would love it, but I think that Alistair Brian makes an excellent point. It's probably more than I could afford.
Fair enough. Also, did you say you went over to the tapestry?
Yep.
Okay.
Astra
You,
will actually follow because she was interested in them as well.
You find that there is actually a quite large tub which is labelled scrap fabric, which is still priced quite highly because the pieces are quite fine, but they appear to be from discarded projects or unfinished projects.
Can I look through them?
Yeah, those just seem probably to be, if I'm thinking of Ulster, the things he'd be drawn to the most, like those little fragments.
Yeah.
And maybe the similar for Astra. Make me an investigation check, please.
Can I assist since we're kind of like both going through them?
Sure.
Dirty 20.
Okay. And Astra, excuse me.
Oh, I thought I was assisting. Sorry. For
You probably have a
advantage.
Oh,
I can roll
in
again.
case you get a natural 20.
No, I didn't.
Okay. As you two are looking, you do start to see that there are some pieces that match. A couple of them making different compositions. You find 2 pieces that match together to show a tree, or with like a big chunk missing in the middle, which someone's obviously bought before. And you see another piece. Also, this is the one that you kind of, I think, probably linger on, which shows a weaving of an eye.
He will pull it up. What is this?
You asked Lauren?
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking.
Oh, so I did try portraiture, but they always looked wrong.
Whose eye is it?
Oh, mine.
Does it look like Ron? Well, the
Yes
colours
and
are
no.
the colours are good.
A bit too green.
Well, your eyes kind of change colour anyway.
They don't know that. He smiles. You can have that if you want it.
Oh, how much is it?
You can have it if you want it.
Aren't these for sale?
Well, yes, but
Although you did say you weren't for sale, so he puts it in his pocket.
well, for God's sake, that's hilarious. Okay, God damn it, monster. Oh. Anyway, should we go on a private tour of Ironstone now, just us two, or do you need to go to your apartment and drop off your things?
Well, I was going to say, why don't we go by that if the tour goes past that area?
No, let's go to your apartment, also.
Okay.
I just have to go behind the back of house to quickly talk to one of my employees.
There are people here?
Oh, yeah. But when I come in, they hide because I'm me.
Okay.
Right.
Concerning.
I'm coming, boys! And he just like launches himself through the curtain at the back of the room.
Is that a concerning pattern of behaviour for an employer?
It's because they all owe him debts,
Can I have some?
and that's the only people that ever work for Loran. Not so much on his crew, but in his shop, is solely because they owe him a debt.
Oh.
It doesn't sound like it'd be that bad.
Yeah, seems like a pretty good gig.
Bluey, like, soon this will be my only source of income.
Well, it's quite a nice place to work.
Monsesvald looks over at you, Bluey, and shifts the eggplant uncomfortably between their butt cheeks. How was Clove and the cabbages?
Look, I did stay until I was certain that they were good, and I think they'll be good.
Nice.
Garlic isn't a popular cuisine in Melas, is it?
Is it? Is that up to
Roll me a
me?
d20.
Okay.
Wait, hold on a sec. Stop a second.
Voila.
Okay. Yeah. What was your d20?
2.
It's unlikely.
Yeah, look,
The odds
that'll be
never
fine.
zero.
I'm sure with all my caveats of do not eat this sentient garlic, that'll be fine.
That's a fair shout.
You managed to load them up on a cart that was bound for a place called Whitecliff,
The castle.
who you know to be quite fair and decent people who watch over and protect the farmlands next to Melas.
Does Bluey say that she sent them to Whitecliff?
Sure. If you
The castle near Melas, what's it called? Whitecliff, yes.
Yeah, my second cousins actually live there
Oh,
and own it.
nice.
The second cousins own a castle.
It's quite it's small, but it's a castle.
That's very
I
cool.
always thought it was pretty big.
I mean, yeah, like yeah.
Is it your only family in Aprea?
Yeah, I mean they're the only human family I kind of have. So apart from my dad, he's the only one left of his family. So
Loran looks a bit surprised. He just says, "I'm surprised they weren't enlisted to help you."
oh, we're not. My dad isn't really close with his human family or family in general. So I haven't seen them since I was maybe a baby. So my dad doesn't really like Aprea. So don't take it personally. He doesn't like many things.
I can tell your dad must be a load of fun.
No, not very fun.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I got that. I meant more like as a joke.
You can't say that though, because if anyone hears it, that it gets back to him.
Roll me sounds.
No,
horrible.
no! He launches himself forward and covers Loren's mouth. No, don't say that.
Oh, all stare so
Is he-
forward.
is he
I do that
here?
in public too.
What are you? Let's go on our tour. He kind of shrinks off.
Right, I think that we should probably all go to see Ulster's mansion. I mean apartment, and then.
Which is soon going to be mine.
I don't want it, and I don't need it.
Well, then Cass can set up a job there.
Fine.
But we should probably see it at the very least so that we know where you'll wander off to.
Fine. Let's go.
Ulster?
Hmm.
He flicks your nose.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ulster turns around and starts walking, and then he pokes his head back in the door. Which way is it?
Right.
And trailing at a distance is Cass being like, what's my new place like? No.
Oh, yeah. There's bits of tea leaves in my mouth.
Cass, do you need a boost up to see or?
She just starts levitating. No.
Are there like heavy crowds in the city?
Oh, yeah. So when you go through the city, it is bustling. It's the middle of the day by this point. And market stalls have opened up and are selling out from the front of their house. The sun is beating down and it is throwing all the awnings into shade. So every time you go near a shop, your instinct is to hide in the shadows and go into it so that you have the cooler embrace of the shade, but you also end up then being sucked into all of these like alleyway-like market sort of avenues, which teeter in between these tall buildings with these Tudor facades.
It's very busy.
Would it be true that like this is the most densely populated place Sparks has ever been to?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I
yes, it's
think
definitely
she's-
true. I think that you probably also have never been here before.
Oh my god, Ulster and Sparks are just like next to each other, like, whoa.
Wow.
So there's a lot of people.
Realizing this, turns around and says, I know this can be a lot. Would you like me to dim the sound for you?
You can do that.
Sound?
Just like this. And he pushes down his hand, and and the rabble of the crowd, now it sounds like you're listening to it through muffled headphones.
Ulster looks very happy. That's
But-
that's gonna be better.
But everyone else sounds clear, or is Loran muffled as well?
If I'm speaking to you, it's going to be bright and clear. But the background noise is dim.
Does he do that for everybody or just
If anybody else wants it, he will do it for everyone.
Astra would volunteer?
Nice.
I volunteer to Cass is fine.
That's what I thought.
I can. Wow! Oh my goodness! This is amazing. How did you do this? I think maybe she's like speaking loudly.
Really?
Loran like boxes his ears and he says, well, I mean, part of my.
Sorry.
He looks a bit awkward, and then he just says, "I developed it initially because cities are big, and some people don't like big noises."
Can I insight check him?
Yeah.
Is Loran neurodivergent? Does he have auditory processing disorder?
Also, are you like staring at him as you like? Loran looks at you and is like, "Okay, like maybe I did like one good thing. I made them so that if anybody came to the city and didn't like the noise, they could just pop them in their ears, and they sold really well for like a couple of pieces each. Because I mean, it costs nothing to make little headphones. It's stupid."
Mike, what's my insight check reveal?
He's embarrassed to say that you did a good thing, a charitable act.
That's really nice. It's a good way to get around the city without people like me and Sparks who haven't been here.
Yeah, tourists snapped them up and small children.
Right.
And old people.
Asher kind of like sniffles and like wipes their face, and it's just like, this is wonderful. Thank you.
Ew! Stop! Be gone! Look away!
Right.
Alright, come on.
so
keep
the-
going.
the-
Astra, who is like just very, very like auditorily sensitive, just like been like hood down this whole time.
My meds. Sorry, guys. I'll be right.
Don't worry.
Could
Well,
someone
if it
turn
helps any of you,
Lily?
if it
Could you
helps
just
rebuild
turn
my image to
Anna
any of
down?
you. Oh, sorry.
So,
Turn Anna
could
down.
you just turn Anna down
Yeah.
on yours, Lily? I think.
Oh yeah, it would. Oh no, it's mine. I did it.
Is it on yours? Ah.
I did it. If it helps
Thank
rebuild
you.
my image to any of you, I then later use this technology to help develop the silencers that are on the ship. So
For which I'm grateful.
exactly, he raises an invisible glass to you.
Ulster walks ahead with his map.
Also, you notice that it's really interesting because the map that you have it's very much different from what you're seeing. And Loran kind of like peeks over your shoulder, and then Cass, you peek over, and I think Cass, you're the first to notice, considering that you're the quartermaster, and navigation is something that comes to you quite easily. Ulster is only holding a small section of map that's been blown up to look very big, and it appears to be the map of the richest, wealthiest district in the city. It's like if someone took a map of Kensington and blew it up to the size of a London map and then passed it to Ulster.
I don't see a match for where we are.
Loran looks at you, Cass, and then looks back down. He just says,
Yeah, Kasha smiles. We're in the right place.
I guess I'll just keep going.
Ulster keeps walking.
Oh, maybe on the very corner there. Maybe. What do you think?
Yes, Ulster, yes.
Okay.
Actually, that's correct. And you do notice that as you get towards this tiny little corner, the narrow buildings get wider, the people become less, and the buildings become more opulent.
This is very pretty.
Pretty. And Ulster, they appear to be modest city homes.
So are we in the suburbs?
Loran just kind of croaks and is like, suburbs.
Is that the wrong word?
Maybe.
Area where people live.
Oh, well, no, then that's not the wrong word. Yes, then.
I've never been to a suburb before.
And you see ahead of you, Ulster, a tall, gated area with silver spiked iron wrought.
It's like the London, the rich
Fencing.
London areas
Yes,
where you're like, ugh.
yeah. These white, kind of like white stone. It's been polished. It's not made of the same stone that everything else is made of. And these tall chateau-like buildings But they teeter just as high as all the others, except that their roofs are a sharp point. And one of them, Ulster, is hanging a very subtle tapestry out from the tallest window. To anyone else, it might just look like a regular flag. But to you, Ulster, you can tell that the frost that clings to it is somewhat unnatural. It's not the largest. It's by no means the best positioned, but it is beautiful, nonetheless.
I think this is mine.
Guys, this is at least a £7.2 million house in Kensington.
Cass is like, I'm home.
I'm pretty sure I could actually fit all of you in here and give you plenty of room.
Oh, wow.
I've never been to this part of Ironstone before.
No, neither.
I have once, actually. Whoa.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Leaving.
But you had to come here in order to leave.
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to, Ulster.
I'm confused.
He looks contemplative for a second, and then he says, I was doing similar things to what Cass did with Vera.
Also turns towards the gate and unlocks it.
I understood.
Right.
So, hang on. Did you, Emma, did you say equivalent to a £7 million house in Kensington?
That's a 14 million Australian dollar house
In Rose Bay.
in Point Piper.
I don't.
Point Piper.
Do they get that? Okay, hang on. There's a place here. It's
I was trying to find a real life.
£44 million for sale.
It's a nice house.
You go up to the gate.
Mm.
And on the gate, you see two guards.
Mm.
They're behind the gate, holding each side of this iron, and they are looking distinctly away from the approach. And you stand there for a moment, and they don't look towards you.
Excuse me.
He tries a massage.
Excuse me.
No response. Loran messages you and just says, do you want us to come and help? Or do you think we'll make you look worse?
Can Ulster open the gate by himself?
You reach out to kind of put your hands on it, and the guards immediately turn to you and say, hello, what's your business here? The one on the right.
My name is Ulster Gaemon. I was told to come here.
They look at you and frown. I don't know where you heard that name, but there is no one of your description expected here.
Can I insight check them?
Yeah.
13. 18.
They seem to be, the ball. You wanted to play with the ball.
I was thinking the same. Hang on.
Ulster!
Is it because Ulster doesn't really look like himself?
Ulster, they seem to be keeping you from going inside, and you kind of look down, like trying to figure out what's going on, and a strand of your hair falls in front of your eyes, and you remember it's still pink. You also look down at your hands, and although you have been cleaned and prestidigitated and etc., there's still mud under your nails, your clothes are rough with the exception of your shirt, which gives you a slightly mismatched energy.
Right.
Ulster kind of shuffles in his bag, pulls out a journal, finds one of his royal portraits, and kind of holds it up.
See? Yeah, that's me. Yeah. See, I have the yeah.
The other guard comes over. that's probably drawn on.
No, you can rub it.
Cass steps forward and is like, His Highness decided to go for an appearance change on the route in. How dare you deny him entry to his home? Open the fucking door.
Okay, I want you guys to make me a joint intimidation check. If you're going for intimidation, if persuasion, it might be better.
I'm gonna let Cass do it, because Ulster's not really intimidating.
I think probably intimidation or persuasion, really. I think Cass is going for intimidation. I think Ulster's going for persuasion.
Yeah, do it.
I would go for
Persuasion.
persuasion.
Ooh, natural 20. So 26.
17.
You guys, unless you want to actively contribute something, you don't have to roll. So, Blue, do you want to say something to try and get in there as well? And Astra?
Astra is drawing no attention, trying to blend in with the environment. Just
Sparks?
There's only one of him, I think he's quite unique.
He's quite unique. You should
he's
have heard my
unique, I tell ya.
Before.
This is my accent with still a hint of flu. That was a 16.
16. Okay, cool. And the rest of you, what did you get?
I got 26 intimidation. I got nat 20 with +6.
Jesus.
Just radiating.
I promise it's me.
What did you roll?
17.
But those three supremely good rolls, especially one of them. They look a little bit scared and then look back at the portrait.
I'll go have a shower and then you can verify.
No. Right, apologies. We've just had doesn't matter.
No. What have you had? Speak.
Focus disruption.
What does that mean?
It doesn't. It's no concern of yours.
No, it
Well,
is.
it is a concern of mine if it's about the place that I'm supposed to be living.
Not in here, obviously. Not there.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's just been quite hard to keep things policed these days, considering we're short-handed.
Right. Can I come in now?
Yes. Let me escort you to your door. There is someone there who will be able to verify that you are who you say you are.
Right.
And the gates are opened, and will your retinue be?
Yes, they will.
Come in. And for those who are who is it that will be inhabiting the abode?
I haven't decided yet.
Then. For everyone except him, we need to give you guest wristbands.
I think everyone will notice that Ulster becomes much more of a frustrated, angry person the second he gets in range of the Messiah guards.
These are not the sign guards.
Whoever they are, he doesn't like being in this environment.
What are you eating? He's got your glitter. He's got my freaking glitter. What is wrong with this boy? I love him so much. I love him to pieces. So annoying. And so, as you go inside, you are taken to the foot of this large and beautiful townhouse. It seems to go up at least 3 stories and down at least 1. And also, you get instantly reminded somehow of the tower you used to live in at home. It seems to be a rather similar scale and shape. And yes, you notice it also becomes frustrated, but you also notice that the people around here, for the rest of you, who are, let's say, all alike in that you come from very much working class, self-made backgrounds, notice that the people who live here give you interesting looks, especially at your clothes and your attire as you walk through. Each of you has a golden wristband, which is clasped with a pull tie at your wrist, indicating that you are not someone who belongs here. You are someone who is allowed to be here. And all around and looks at his with a distinct distaste. Nonetheless, when you arrive at the door of this house, one of the guards knocks. Pardon me, miss. I didn't think we'd be coming to disturb you this soon, and the door is thrown open, and a woman stands there, a young woman, and she says, "If this is about the ruckus, I swear to God, I am not getting involved." Oh! And you see a young woman with white hair and green eyes, tan skin, wearing simple silver armor and blue leather leggings.
Is this Marlena?
And Marlena Winterbrand, also your second cousin, is standing before you.
Who are you?
Oh, you might not recognize me because I got taller. And I grew my hair. Marlena,
Oh,
I'm on your father's side,
yeah. Sorry.
really far back.
I apologise.
That's it's fine, I guess. I mean, ew. So you met them, and she looks up at the guards.
Yes. Can you explain why you're here?
Oh, right, yeah. Fuck off. And she tells them to, fuck off. And the guards...
Cass is immediately interested in Marlena.
She looks at them with a very distinct distaste and says, "Come in." Ugh. The people in this fucking place, and she slams the door on them as you all filter inside, they literally treat you like a barn animal. And I grew up in a castle my whole freaking life. I get it. We had cold winters and look, all our retainers were farmers. But like, why does that make us any different? Hey, I don't know if you really want a hug. I'm more of like a handshakes person.
So am I. He offers his hand.
Sick. She offers you her hand. Right. Why am I here? Well, it was going to be empty, and I got a note from someone named Kev.
Ah, yeah.
Your parents, well, I doubt that they actually penned the letters themselves, knowing them. One of their squires, I'm sure, wrote me and my father and my brother letters, letting us know that you would be coming to the country. And she looks over your shoulder for a moment and is like, Carmentrand, right? And looking at you, Bluey.
Yes. Are you from Whitecliff?
Yeah. I'm...
From the castle, the winter... Yeah, Whitecliff.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Marlena Winterbrand.
Sparks, Bluey Sparks.
Kind of. Not
Kind
really.
of, not really. The hair.
The hair.
And I'm Cass. She pushes forward to shake up Marlena's back.
Like,
Hi.
sure.
Okay.
Right. Marlena, it's lovely to meet you. I'll leave you and Cass to get acquainted. Do you mind if I go and have a shower so I don't have pink hair anymore?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. We can... You guys, I guess, settle in. I've been just staying in one of the spare rooms, which is about as big as my whole house.
Well, I won't be staying here, so you can have whatever my room was supposed to be. I will just change and leave.
Great. Where are you gonna go?
Not here.
Uh,
I mean, it's very nice, but I've already promised it to Cass, so
right.
hands tied there.
Okay.
how many bedrooms is this place?
6. One of them has a golden egg in it. Yeah. I did try, but it cannot be opened.
Right.
Interesting.
Look, also, I get it. This place is very... Just from looking at you, I know we've not seen each other in a long time. It's not really you, but you should stay here and eat something, because if you go, your parents are going to kick up a fuss. I can assure you of that.
Have they already figured out I'm not at the Temple of Bahamut?
So have you seen that small boy you left? He's like this much shorter and this much wider.
I thought it could work from a distance.
Right, okay. You know your parents have like gave birth to you and stuff.
Actually, they didn't.
Oh.
I wasn't a born baby. Yeah.
Oh right, cool. I was a born baby.
Yuck.
Yeah, it's weird the more you think about it. Anyway.
Jason Bourne. Sorry.
Bourne.
A Bourne.
It's Jason Bourne.
Also, do you go up to...
He will go try and find a shower and a change of clothes, but he'll have the blouse that Laurent gave him. But he wants better fitting clothes and he wants to make himself more presentable.
Marlena leads the rest of you up to what appears to be a breakfast bar. Fully stocked.
Eat the rich, guys!
Eat the rich. It's very much like Scandi chic. Everything is grey and white. Laurent looks distinctly uncomfortable, and he's like, my ex's house looked like this.
Who was your ex?
Don't even go there. She sits down and says, Spark, so what's your name?
Bluey Sparks, but everyone calls him Sparks.
Sparks, right. So, can I ask, if it's not like intrusive, because maybe it is, I don't know. Are you like casually involved in this, or are you like high key a follower of Carmen Trend?
If you're asking if I'm committed, then I'm committed. I just pledged.
You're like a high wizard level Carmen Trend follower at the moment. It's a joke. It's like the supreme wizard is like a level you can be in the Mormon church.
Look, I'm not quite there yet. I was sent out to, explore everywhere, really, and
Right.
find out more and, get a sense of what threats are happening and what.
Evangelize.
Look, I'm sure that was probably a bit of the package, and I feel like I've done a little bit of that. But I think it's more maybe some general intel, and maybe some experience. I've just come into using magic.
Interesting.
She gives many things, I guess. She cries a lot.
Marlena leans her back and just says, yeah, she does. Sure. And she just kind of looks a little awkward, like she can't quite look in your eye. Make me an insight check quickly.
Just see the modifier. 16.
She looks concerned for you, but also suspicious of you. Her mind is currently torn between those two.
Can I ask, what's your experience with Carmen Trend? Excuse me for that.
My minimal. I'm sure you know that you don't get followers of Carmen Trend outside of, Melas. It doesn't happen.
True. I guess she's really concentrating, maybe on making Melas a great sort of place, that's
Make Melas great again.
People don't leave, often.
Sorry, too soon.
Right, yeah. That's funny. Astra and Cass, you guys can probably, Cass maybe less so with your passive insight, but Astra with your 16, you can pretty easily tell that Marlena is quite uncomfortable.
I mean, if she isn't sort of very involved in your life, I'm guessing that the distance between Millas and Blackcliff is,
Right.
I don't know, enough to. I'm sure she'd have anyone, you know.
I don't know much about Carmen Trand. Is there something about her worship that makes you uncomfortable?
No, it's not that.
Can I insight check that?
Yes.
15.
So just to clarify, have I gone to have a shower at this point? I'm not done. Yeah.
I mean, if there's something else about Carmen Trend, then it's probably worth hearing it. You know, I guess the only
So
perspective
inside,
I have.
yes. What was
Cast your insight.
15. Sorry, you cut out.
Okay. You, as Bluey kind of mumbles and continues, you kind of watch Marlena, and there is a certain reluctance in her eyes, like she doesn't want to get into this, but nevertheless, she just leans forward and she says, "Look, I didn't want this to be a conversation that I had with someone I just met. But there are some things that, as a person, I really, if you come to me with these beliefs, I'm going to have to just share mine and my experience in hopes that it might inform your own opinions. And I'm not going to suggest that I can change your own experience, what you believe, nor can I understand, of course, your whole thing being devoted and how you got there. I do have a pretty strong idea of how you got there, but I'm not going to get into that. Carmen Trand is dangerous. I'm just telling you now to be careful. I am certain there are some who are genuine somewhere. I've never met a follower of Carmen Trand who I could trust. Oof. And I consider myself to be a religious person. Devout person. But I would, most people who follow Carmen Trand would do.
What about us is dangerous? I mean, we barely go outside. I mean, I guess all our effort is inward, you know.
That's the thing. I don't know. And part of me thinks I'm just ignorant. And that maybe you do need to get out and share your religion with the world so that we can understand you better. But I've also met your town leaders, the people in charge, and they don't want things to change. They want you all to stay trapped in Melas. Do you understand that?
Trapped? Well, I mean, I know barely anyone leaves, but you know,
why would you want to, right? Perfect. Beautiful. The weather is always great for the time of year, and you take 5 steps out and you see the failing farms all around you, you want to go right back. Right? Have you ever been here before? Ironstone.
No, definitely not. No.
Try evangelize. See how far you get. And then we can talk. And if you want, I can take you to a temple where they worship many gods. And some of them not even gods. Sorry. I'll let you guys settle in. I'm only here to keep house for a few days whilst Ulster sets in. Pardon me. And she stands up and goes to follow the direction Ulster went in.
You hear a very large shower.
Loran says, Bluey, have you ever considered you might be in like a cult?
Don't you want to join a cult?
Cult?
Since the death of God, there's been a vacancy.
What is a cult? I've had new cults.
Oh, God.
That's an intervention for another time.
Guys, listen. Can I just say the tea that we're drinking has little needles in it? Yeah.
Not
Ooh.
dangerous
God.
needles.
Like pine? Ah.
That's very cool.
Oh, yeah. We got this can be reused like 3 times. Cool.
Mm.
Ulster.
Love that for it.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I think someone about to say something to Bluey. I think I might have cut them off.
I think Cass just kind of went well, and I was going to say something more, but I think Cass is
that really does sum it up.
Just going well.
Follow me
and
to the
then
library in
staying
this
like
massive
that.
house. We'll look at
Cass is now looking at Bluey like,
Did Allstar say there was a library in this massive house?
I assume there's a small library. Given Ulster's obsession with books.
So as you
You're gonna wash all
step
the
out
dye
of your
out.
shower, washing out all the dye and the grime. It's actually quite nice to be showering for once and not just
Yeah.
magicking off everything.
Oh, he has such a good scrub. He's like, ugh.
You go to the wardrobe and you see that, unfortunately, your
Sharpie's
mother
stacked
seems
it.
to have picked out everything.
Right.
Ulster rummages through to find the least offensive item, which I have already picked for him after asking Emma to help, but she said I can choose. So, Ulster will put on this outfit. Don't you guys miss doing this when we dress up our characters like dolls?
I hope it's the one I think.
Oh, interesting.
I love
I'm going
it.
for this one.
Okay.
You don't like it?
No, I like it.
I just thought it was the least Ulster.
Yes.
And then
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he's just gonna put his hair up like that. It's about that length.
Cute. Oh my fucking god. Cute. Ulster. As you're
Oh,
putting
that's
up your
nice.
hair and kind of trying to
He stabs like a hair needle in the center of it to keep it from falling.
because it's wet, no matter what, the hair needle keeps falling out, and you've realised you might need to find a way to heat, warm, or dry it.
He goes to the window like
Michael.
Ulster's hair is not drying fast enough. So I think he will go to what is kind of like an oil burner, I imagine them having.
Yeah, they've got some very short candles and oil burners.
I think
dotted around.
he will try and light one of the candles to help.
The matches kind of keep failing and it's frustrating. And you can see a spark every now and again. And you think if only you could just catch one of them. But you feel your frustrations kind of bubbling as each match kind of breaks. Obviously, the one thing that Messiah Royals cannot adequately prepare for is needing natural heat. And as the last match in the whole roll breaks, that spark just kind of like catches on your finger. It just grows and flashes and throws you back. And you hit just the side of the bed, and the candle is just wax all over your hand. At which point,
I was like,
I'm fine.
yeah, no shit. I thought I heard you fall.
Right,
you can come in, it's unlocked, and he gets back to his feet and starts like brushing off the cooling wax.
Marlena comes in and looks confused. I mean, I used to do that when I was a kid.
no, I did not do it on purpose.
And she kind of leans against the door awkwardly. Hey, so yeah.
Nice clothes. That
Yeah, they look nice on you.
thanks.
Look, I don't really know. I know you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. So like, how do I say this without sounding like a bitch? Fuck. I'm not like a snitch, okay? I don't like. I'm
What do you
not.
mean?
Well, I'm not a plant.
You're not a plant.
Yeah.
Well, you're not a plant. No, you're a person.
No. Also, well, no. Well, that is actually funny.
I wasn't joking.
Oh, you were serious. I understand you. Let me explain clearer. I'm not a plant, meaning I'm not here to spy for your father.
Oh,
That's not why I'm here, okay?
no, if you wanted to spy on me, you could do that without you. So
Well, yeah, but that would be like. There are like more sinister ways to spy on people than magic. You know?
I know.
Magic, it's always something that can be found out.
Well, pretty good at magic actually, though. So.
But still. I felt like I needed to say that. I also, I mean, I'm not really planning on staying down south very long. It's a big. We don't have people to like really help out up there, and I'm the strong. I'm like the muscle. But like, my dad wanted me to tell you. Definitely not me, but like my dad wanted me to tell you that if you need like some cousins or an uncle to visit because you're here now, you can come to the castle.
That's really kind. I mean, like my friend is from Melas, so perhaps
Yeah.
when we return with her, we can come by.
Wait, and she comes close also, and she takes your hand. Don't actually go to Melas, though, please.
Don't go to Melas.
No,
Why?
no. It's. I didn't say this to your friend. It's dangerous. Bad things are brewing there. The North is in a bit of a state. And I worry about what happens to vulnerable places when power is shifting hands.
Are you talking about the undead?
Undead? What do you mean? A what?
There's been an insurgence of undead in the north and the middle and coming this way.
I'm not talking about the undead. The what? The undead? No, I'm talking about the fact that the royal family's gone recluse.
Oh. I will endeavour to sort that out.
There's a reason I didn't go to the Temple of Bahamut.
Same.
But since I was a girl, I've devoted my life. It doesn't matter. There's too many people not to trust these days, but the one I feel like we shouldn't trust the most. And I know that you're going to think I'm crazy for saying it, because obviously I would say it, because I'm from the Temple of Bahamut. The Temple of Tiamat.
The orange people. I don't know that much about the dragons. I didn't find it that interesting in school, so...
One of their followers is Ender Oshun, who I believe has also been assigned to come here.
Why would...
He's a representative from the royal family. The only one I'm pretty sure they could find. Other than his mother, but she's an arcanist. And bigwig.
What would you have me do?
Just don't share your secrets if you have any. And keep an eye on your own back.
I do already.
We're your allies. Okay? And like not your dad's allies, because he's like super far away. Or your mum's, because I mean, I guess we're related through you, but like kind of also not really.
I thought you were related to my dad. That's what they always said.
Well, yeah. That's what I was saying. I'm not related to you through your mum.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't really know, because whenever they show me the family tree, it seems to have been redone about 50 times. I think it's because my mum's kind of old.
Oh. Great talk. And she pats you on the shoulder. I'm going to stick around for a couple of days.
You can honestly stay anywhere in the place. I'll probably just grab some things and then stay somewhere else.
Your father will know.
Yeah, I'll come by enough that I show my face, but that's why I changed, so I'm more recognisable, so he can tell where I am.
Well, then I guess I'll send word for your attendant, Kev, to come down.
What? I don't need Kev. I don't need an attendant.
He's the one who wrote to me.
No, I think Kev's probably safer there, to be honest.
Honest, I would send for him. He likes you, I think. Like, as in, like.
He only likes me because I'm
illegal.
You know, I have a tour to go on.
Right, yeah.
If Kev has to come, then fine. Give him the house, but...
He doesn't have to. I mean, I can break a promise, but just not a big one.
I don't know what promises I can break.
Oh, so this is, okay. She looks a bit lost for a second.
Sorry, that was...
No, I mean,
unfair.
have you, like, I don't know, talk to your friends about all this?
I've only known my friends for a few days.
Look.
I appreciate you saying that I can come and see you. I would like that. Don't worry.
I'll be here for a bit.
Okay. You should... I know that it's not really publicised that I'm here. And, I mean, my friends are very talented and powerful in their own ways, I suppose. There have been a few incidents on the road of people trying to harm, or at least... He's considering if he should give the full story. Just some incidents of people targeting me. A few times targeting them, but also mostly for money. So maybe keep an eye out, because if they know this is where I am, then... I mean, you're a person with white hair just hanging around where I'm supposed to be. So people who maybe don't know.
She stands close to you. Puts a hand over her head. And just goes,
Like a little bit taller, yeah.
okay, but if I took off my shoes and she takes them off, Wait, and she kind of like squares your shoulders and is like, I guess you're like very skinny for a guy, and I'm quite muscly for whatever I am.
He passes me if I was a bit more masculine.
Ah. Want to swap clothes?
What's she wearing?
Armor, like light leather, silver armor.
What are you wearing under the armor?
Blue, like loose trousers. They kind of go narrow at the bottom, and a white linen shirt with like a corset tie at the back.
Do you mind swapping?
Right. I'm going to ask you a favor. I will hang out here.
Yeah.
For you, for your sake.
Okay.
I can put on some like makeup.
Yeah.
And close my eyes. The blue dragonborn you're with, keep an eye on her. And I'm sure you know her very... you know what? No, actually, you probably don't know her very well. You've only known her a couple of days. She belongs to a group that's dangerous. She may not know, but if she doesn't know, then she might be in danger. So just keep an eye on her. I do this for you, you do this for me, because it's in my interest that Carmen Trent does not extend.
I promise. And
Nice.
I won't break that promise.
Cool. Turn around.
Yeah.
He also turns around.
Sorry, I know you picked out a really cool outfit.
No, but he's happy to change into trousers and a t-shirt. Well, no, the blouse.
Yeah. You can take a set of clothes with you so that you could confuse the people if you liked.
He will pack a few like under things. And they come down.
Nice. Ulster and Marlena have swapped clothes, and in doing so, they actually kind of look a little bit more like, like they could be related.
I like this look. It's very nice.
I took her clothes and she took mine.
I am a prince.
Yep. And I am...
Yeah, you are.
What are you?
Knight.
I am a knight with no sword.
Paladin. Training.
You could borrow mine if you'd like.
Also looks at the sword, which is about as tall as him.
Take this.
I'm okay.
And she passes you a short sword.
Thank you for my weapon.
Letter opener.
He gives it to Blue.
Hold my letter opener, please.
Please.
It's a hefty letter. Is this for opening big letters?
Big letters, yes, giant letters. Loran looks at you, Ulster, in approval, and he says, "You did a good job incorporating the silver. That suits you." Actually.
Thanks.
Yeah. Right. Well, if you two don't mind, looking over, you three, you four. Oh, Monsterval is here. If you all don't mind, I'm going to take Ulster on a tour.
Enjoy. Cass is going to sidle close to Marlena. So tell me, what are you doing here?
Taking a break from my studies in the monastery.
Cass is like, I
took a vow of chastity at a young age.
She's also wearing Ulster's prince clothes.
I've never broken and do not intend to.
Does she actually say that?
No.
I was like,
Right, okay.
But she does look confused and surprised.
Can I insight check her? Is she into women?
Go for it.
12.
Does she listen to Girl in Red?
She looks like she could be.
All of Ulster's family is queer in some way.
She looks like she definitely could be.
Interesting.
Which is a yes in my books. It probably has never had any kind of physical contact with anyone before.
Interesting.
You can tell that just by looking at her.
She's like,
Ah! They're like pointing at each other.
Like, I'm just like you.
You're just like me.
Except I embody masculinity. And you're a femme. And we are both super gay. This is my dream world. guys.
Cass is like interesting. She's gonna start low-level flirting. She's adjusting the flirting level for her lack of experience.
A simmer.
I know we should
She
flirt
started
Hannah, but
with simmer, which for Marlena is probably still quite a lot, but she's dialed it down.
can I request that you do not have sex in my room?
Do you say this in front of Mom?
Do you say this out loud?
He's like, just because if I do use that room, I would rather it be intact than not broken.
Cass is
smashed
like, of
or
course.
scared.
Oh, physically intact. Okay, right.
That's
From what Cass told me, can get quite violent.
if you're doing it right.
Astra blushes.
Marlena looks around and is like, whoa.
Right, we're gonna go on our tour now. He grabs Loran's wrist and pulls him out.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Enjoy.
As you duck out in Marlena's clothes, the guards actually don't really look at you.
Also, as they're leaving, goes, "Fuck off" to the guards. To Marlena's kind of voice.
Loran laughs like he chokes on his laughter.
And they run.
And you two are out on the town.
Oh, thank God.
It is 10:30.
10 minutes more?
But I'm not feeling as tired as I thought I would. So if everyone's happy, I'll go for another like 10-15 minutes. Maybe.
I am happy to continue, but
my mum just called me. I just need to respond because I need to pick her up at some point. So
That's okay.
give me one moment.
Sure thing. As you're kind of going out, Loran looks down at you also and is like,
Where to?
I don't know. Well,
Your ex's house, maybe?
no, absolutely not.
Did you date someone from here?
No. Someone from somewhere like here. Fuck it, why not? Yeah, so I grew up in a farm.
Oh, what kind of farm?
Well, it was farm is a big word. It was a horse farm.
You ate horses?
No, we bred horses.
Oh, for riding.
Yes, it's we lived in a quite plainy. We lived on a plain, low hill. Oh, sorry, grass, that kind of thing. Everywhere, grass, you know. So it just was conducive to have horses.
Okay.
My father, it was my father's trade. His dad's trade.
Okay, so you have a horse?
I did. His name was the Colonel. I rode him for about 8 years, and then he took a funny fall and it was never the same. But obviously we didn't like put him down or anything. We just let him kind of live out his strangeness in comfort, and he's still alive out there.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. But I bring that up because I didn't live. I lived there and then moved somewhere like this for my mother's work.
As they go, I think Ulster will look in at the little market stalls as they talk.
You notice that he is fiddling with his fingers, and the sort of like bangles on his wrists, and he just, as you kind of look over, he just says, "They're drop shippers over here." This one actually, and he points to a specific stall that's selling like different like baked goods. I think this would be a crowd pleaser.
We should get one for everyone.
Well, if you get a spruce cake, I do love spruce cake. I mentioned it in my letters, I think you remember. We could cut this up and everyone could have a piece when we get back.
Why don't we get 2, so then if people really like it, we can have more later.
And Loran turns around and for a moment turns his back to you, Ulster, and turns back, and he has 2 small tankards of mead on the go.
Sure. So you were saying about your family.
I was, yes, my God. He takes a long drink. So my mum, her work was that she was I guess like Ender's mum.
An arcanist?
An arcanist.
That explains you.
Inherited talent, but I have to admit that her position did help me get into a school. There weren't many people accepted from where I was from originally. So I got very lucky.
What is this? I mean,
The High Solarian?
I don't know.
You might have no. It's in a shizzle.
I do know.
It's
Vaguely.
the best.
So you learnt magic and you felt that you couldn't go there because your father bred horses.
Yeah.
That doesn't correlate.
The people who went there, their fathers didn't work. Or if they did, it was in positions that they inherited.
So people like me, you mean?
Yes. But
If it makes you feel better, I didn't go to school.
did you have home tutors instead?
Yep.
That was usually the step before the High Solarian.
I always used to ditch them.
Would have been a good education you ditched.
I was pretty good at educating myself, actually. We had a massive library.
Loran nods and kind of drinks, and you guys just kind of keep walking.
How does that relate to your ex who lives in a big house that you seemed upset about?
Oh, no, not upset. No, ew. No, I just mentioned that she lived somewhere like that. And the place I had to move for my mum's work, well, that was somewhere like that. That's where I met her.
Okay.
And I guess the thing about the school was a tangent. Whew. It's a bit crowded. Do you want to go somewhere more quiet? We can sit down and talk to each other. I guess just the two of us. We could. I know this. I said this was going to be a tour, but like maybe we could leave. The actual sightseeing. It's getting quite dark and late, and we might want.
It's like mid-afternoon.
Yeah. Everything closes around 5.
Oh,
on a Saturday. Things are going to close soon, so maybe we should go and find somewhere to settle in.
I mean,
Get to know each other more than we already are. And here, in the open. Do you know what I mean?
You mean I thought we were bringing cakes to everyone?
Yes, you're so right. I completely forgot. Let's go take the cake.
But the tour.
Where would you like to see next? Loran looks like he's like about to start hyperventilating.
Also notices that.
Loran, do you want to give me a tour, or have you changed your mind?
I think I would like to just. It's been a while since I've been in Ironstone. I would love to just go. I just wanted to get. Look, and he leans in and he looks over his shoulder and just says, I wanted to get you away from the others,
Why?
so that it could be just us two.
You have something to tell me?
No, Auster, I don't have anything to tell you. I just wanted to spend alone time with you.
Yeah, and it's lovely. We got cakes and we got mead.
Okay, but do you understand what I'm saying?
You're not saying anything.
Yes, I am. I wanted to spend alone time with you. Just you, and no one else. I didn't want anyone else to be here, and I deliberately made that happen.
Is it because you want to do something?
So go to
He
somewhere.
wants to do you, Brian. You know, shouted from somewhere.
Shh. I have to maintain character.
A bar. Also, let's go to a bar and get to know each other. That is what I want to do.
You want to go to a bar?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a nice bar?
I know a place.
Okay. I mean, I'll go anywhere you really want me to go because I don't know this place and I like to.
Back to mine. That is joking.
I was also meaning to ask. I don't really want to stay at the. I guess we can call it a house. I don't really want to stay there. Do you have like a bedroll or something in your shop? I can just like.
You want to stay at my place?
Do you have like an area I can just? I'm happy with just the corner.
Well, that's silly. Also, there aren't any corners. I have a round bed.
Oh no, I didn't. All stare then blushes and steps back. I did not mean into your bed. I am respectful of what you said to me on the ship, and I am happy to sleep in the corner of any room. Probably not your room, since that does not. The boundaries you set did not suggest that. So you can put me in a cupboard.
Let's go to the bar.
In a
and
closet?
figure out-
Huh? What did you say, Anna?
I thought in a closet.
In the closet. Nah, he's out and proud.
Let's go to a bar and figure out logistics there. Also,
You seem frustrated.
I'm not.
All right, let's go. He finishes his mead and walks.
Make a charisma,
Charisma check.
constitution check. Sorry.
On. That is a 15.
You feel all right.
Cass has trained me well.
And I think that because it's 1:45 and I'm starting to get a little bit sleepy, with you two starting to head to the bar, and the rest of you with the late afternoon still ahead.
I mean, the late evening of which it is getting dark.
Oh yeah. Your night in Ironstone begins. So that is today's session. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I am here. I'm just,
No, it's okay.
getting.
Oh my gosh. Lala just went like this. It was really funny. It was like,
He's been there for an hour. He hasn't moved. Lala,
Wait,
there's no
were
food
they-
coming out of there tonight.
Were they making little noises under your desk, Lily?
Yeah,
earlier?
they do make. Where's Bass gone?
maybe he's put himself to bed.
Yeah, they usually put themselves to bed at a certain point. But
He might have gone downstairs.
Well behaved.
That's next to
What my dogs do as well. They hit a point where they're like, right, I'm fucking going to bed.
bedtime.
I've had enough. Bedtime. Right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Session. Georgia